Hey there. I'm still sick, but I'm getting better. And I thought maybe it's time to make the video that I've been not avoiding exactly, but just kind of mulling over for a little too long. It's a goodbye video.
Say goodbye.
Goodbye to the house, home, my mom, all that. And then I thought, enough of these moody feelings videos. You guys are probably sick of those by now. But the thing is, I make sense of my life by making videos about it. And I know that sounds crazy to some people, but that's what I do. And I need to process this. So here's the video.
You have a mission and a voice and a vision.
A lot of things hit me all at once when I was winding things up. I was pretty detached in a lot of ways during the whole process of packing up and selling the house and all that stuff. I had to be, because I don't think I could have made it through it's just a lot to do.
Here it is,
you know?
estate sale. That's all I've been doing pretty much since you last saw me.
But as soon as the house sold, I just kind of fell in a hole.
I've been really, really sad, and I guess
Most of you know that I've been taking care of my mom for the past couple years, and it's been a big issue that I, put my life on hold for this time, because, I'm 60, and sometimes I think, well, I don't know how much time I have left. I'd really like to live my own life. I'm not getting any younger. But then when the time came to walk away, with mom's blessing, I just felt like I was drowning.
And you may want to go back where you come, but there's nothing for you, and it's not an option.
When you do something for a long time and you sort of start to identify yourself, you define yourself by that thing. I started defining myself as the person who takes care of mom. I just grew into it. I went from kind of a little bit maybe resenting it, because, we never had like the perfect relationship or anything. And then I kind of felt sort of proud of it. And then I went to really feeling like, who am I if I'm not that? I've been at the center of my mother's life for the past few years. I've been the most important person in somebody's world. I haven't had that experience very often in my life. Really only once before, and that was in a relationship that ended 30 years ago. This blip on the timeline of my life. So, between saying goodbye to the house that has basically been like home base, that's where I could return to after any crazy adventure. Not that I did, but it was there. It was the safety zone, and I always knew I could go there after any success or failure or anything. Literally for the past 55 years, between saying goodbye to that and saying goodbye to my mom, overwhelmed is not even a big enough word. Drowning, that's literally what keeps coming up. I had to ask my brother Eddie to help me wrap up the house, because I just couldn't do it. And then I had to wrap up my storage, and I couldn't do that either. It's not a big space. There wasn't a ton of stuff, but I was having such a hard time making decisions, and I actually just decided not to make the decisions, and I took all the things that were like antique that I thought I could sell at Brimfield. Yeah, I'm going to do one more show. And I put that all in my mother's huge closets at her assisted living. And then I gave everything else to a lady with a 10-foot cube truck. So, no more decisions, no more responsibility for that. The question kept coming up. It still keeps coming up. Now who am I? I've done a lot of things. I've been so many things in my life, but who am I now? I have this channel, and it has become way too important to me, honestly. I know if I stop making videos, you might miss me, but there's a million other people you can watch. I do have one project that someone's really relying on me for. But I've just felt so paralyzed the last few months that I couldn't even work on it. And I felt like if I fell off the earth that he would just find somebody else and go right on. And I would want that. I want the same thing for my mom. I hope she finds other things to get excited about besides my nightly visit with Captain. I remember when I was little, we had these mother-daughter dresses, and we would put them on and we would go get on the train and go into downtown Boston and go shopping at Filene's basement. And we were this little team, But then as I got older, it became really clear how different we were, how different we are. And it wasn't that easy to relate. And, we just kind of fell away from each other. And I feel like now, all the ways that we're the same are back together. The ways that we're different are still different, but we seem to be able to appreciate those things in each other. So now is it just going to go back to what it was? In the last year, she's started forgetting people's names. Not really who they are. She has her own ways of remembering people, but what they're called, what the word is for them. And she has aphasia, which is the thing that Bruce Willis just announced that he has. She has a very hard time with words. So she's probably going to forget my name.
But what if she forgets more than that?
I asked her if she was going to forget me. And she said, she didn't say it quite this clearly because the aphasia makes it very hard for her to communicate. But she said, "How could I forget you? You've given me years of your life. You're my best friend." Which was amazing to hear, but didn't make it easier to drive away.
Say goodbye. Don't look back. Leave you low. No need for that.
After the house was gone, after it was no longer our house, I went to stay with her for a few days. I was planning to stick around and say goodbye after she had her lunch, and she said, before lunch, "You should go. It's just going to get harder." And I think that's one of the ways that we are alike is, the anticipation of things makes me very anxious, and I think the same happens for her. It used to be if I went to the grocery store, she would be so upset. She would be sinking in anxiety. And then she'd sometimes even get mean or passive aggressive about it because it caused her so much stress just having me out of reach, out of the house. But this time, she handled it better than I did. She told me how much she was going to miss me and Captain, her little guy. And then she told me that I needed to go. She needed me to have a life. And considering that what she used to say was, "You can do whatever you want when I'm dead," that was kind of an amazing gift.
Out of your safety, into the unknown. Out of your worry, out of your regrets, out of your failures, and the things that haven't happened yet. Onto the next page, onto our new phase, into the future, and the places you have never been.
I finally got out of Massachusetts after spending some time in the western part of the state at my friend Karen's house. We hiked in the woods, just kind of decompressed, and the fog started to lift. I started to feel like me again, and then I tested positive for COVID. But I'm moving now, and I'm still very, very anxious. And I don't even know exactly what it is I'm anxious about. Except I guess it's that, I guess it's the anticipation thing, right? Because, I have some plans, but who knows what's going to happen. I know that I will be back in Massachusetts. I think I'll probably spend my summers there as long as I still have my mom, because I know that I am very lucky to still have my mom. But in the meantime, who knows? That's where I'm at. Thanks for being patient with me, and if you're new to this whole thing, this is a good place to start probably. If you're not new, welcome to the new beginning.